Hello, everyone. Welcome to Purum's Place. Hope everyone's having an awesome and blessed day. Rejoice always, pray continually, give thanks in all circumstances. Amen. So today I want to cover Chipotle, one of my favorite stocks. And I got to know this stock a lot during the summer when we were covering the restaurant industry for my financial statement analysis class. And this stock is just awesome. And you can see down here you can see that it went up 5,000% since it became public. So yeah, that's stellar returns or huge returns according to Donald Trump. And that's because if you look at the ROE is again as except for 2016 when they have I think it was the food sickness issue. Besides that, it's been just so high. I think it's averaged about 20%. It's right now 45%, which is again huge. And you can see on the graph here, you can see the sales has been going up consistently, and of course net income is going up consistently. And the good thing is that currently at 3,600 stores, and they could say they could double it to 7,000 stores. So there's still a lot more room for growth for Chipotle, and given the track record, I believe they'll push on despite the current Q2 not so good earnings release, which resulted in a 15% drop. And I think it dropped another 3% today. So that's a steep drop for a large company. But then you consider all of these past performance. Of course, past performance is not indicative of future performance, but it does tell you that at least they have a good track record. And if you look at their track record in terms of the operating metrics, even more impressive. So if you look at the food, salary, and operating and occupancy margin, you can see it's stable even during when inflation started shooting up during 2023 and 2024. You can see that it's not exploding. So they're very good at controlling cost, and I believe they'll be able to manage the efficiency. And one of the reasons is they have efficient analytics. And if you just Google up the former CEOs interviews, they talk about how they use data for staffing and where to set up the location and the menu and everything. So they're very good at using customer information to run the business and make sure they do things efficiently and generate high returns. So also on the right side, you can see the same store returns, which is 8% over the 20 years. And this is extremely if, impressive. I think the only one that's been growing faster is Wingstop. That's another stock that I'll cover in another video. But I mean, this is truly impressive. And just the fact that they have consistent margins is just blows my mind. And this is what really got me interested in Chipotle. First, of course, the stock has done well, but the fact that they've been able to um, have this such efficient operations, keeping the margin steady, which is really hard, especially with all the things that happened the past 5 years with COVID, and then um, the AI and data, and then just the inflation, and now with the tariffs. But this is just crazy in the fact that they're able to hold on, and that's why I don't think the few negative sales store or same sales store growth is a big issue overall. So I'm overall bullish on Chipotle for the long term. I don't know how quickly it'll turn around. Um, I'm sure they're working on it. It's the same thing. People said McDonald's will be gone forever, Starbucks will be gone, but they rise up. This kind of big companies there have been efficient all along for many years. They won't go down the drain very easily because they have the culture, they have the resources, and I think this is one of the stuffs where it's a blip and they're gonna reorganize. And what got me more thinking is that okay, if Chipotle has this growth issue, I think it's gonna be even worse for other restaurants such as Sweet Greens. So that's where I stand. So again, very well, I'm not optimistic, but I'm long about Chipotle because of the strong performance overall, and despite the during the high inflation period. So what could go wrong? Losing value proposition. So that's what a bunch of articles and one of the podcasts I listening to says. Um, I'm like, okay, so majority of the consumers of AAA tends to mid higher income, so they're less affected by inflation. So, of course, everyone's cutting down, including me. I'm on the mid or high income. But again, I would not be too worried because I believe AAA still provides value than other meals. And also they have pretty good data analytics. And in one of the podcasts, they talk about how the CEO used data analytics to make things more efficient. So I think they'll figure these things out. And so not too worried. Slowing economy recession. Okay, this will hurt everybody. And something that I realized any competitive industry, especially in retail, so restaurants, is that, as soon as competition dies, that's when you gain market share and your revenues and profits go up. And you can see this happening Uber and Lyft. So the reason why Uber has been going up is because Lyft is going down the drain right now. So if you look at Uber and Lyft stock charts together, you see Lyft going down the drain and Uber going up. Because if one of them dies, the whoever survives will take a big market share. So that's how competitive rest industries work. So for Chipotle, I believe because this inflation is not going away. Okay, this inflation is not going away, and it's definitely shutting down mom and pops restaurants. I can already see it where I live in Orange County, and I won't be surprised if other less efficient and not as well capitalized public restaurants also shutting operations and not doing as well. And those will be taken by Chipotle or whoever survives. So not to worry about. Of course, the stock might go down. The third one is real, the market correction. I've been preparing since 2023. It's been 2 years, not happening. So people say it's this year, next year, or latest 2027. So I'm like, okay, yeah, it's not going to be nice because we had a pretty much a bull market, a hated bull market just keeps going. But again, if you have like a 5-year horizon, you should be fine. Again, you should be always variable risk because as Warren Buffett says, the number one rule of investing is don't lose money. The second and third are also the same. But for me, given the Chipotle's efficiency, I am not worried that much. And I believe even if Chipotle is not as efficient, I believe the other players who are less efficient will get hurt more, and that will help Chipotle's growth. So final thoughts, Chipotle again, most efficient restaurant stock. Again, I have to look at a Wingstop a little, maybe might change, but so far I think Chipotle is just awesome. There's strong track record of high return, ROE growth, and consistent margins. And I believe if Chipotle has growth in valuations, it's going to be worse for other restaurants. So Chipotle will come top of it. And when those restaurants shrink or go away, Chipotle will likely to get some of that market share going to growth. So it's a good long-term buy. And personally, I'm accumulating a long position slowly. I'm not buying anything in big chunks yet because, of course, there's the uncertainty and I don't think the market will crash this year, but who knows? So I'm just buying little by little. So if the stock like falls like 3% to like today, I bought a little more, right? So this is how I slowly accumulate. And everyone has their own style. So I always suggest you always do your due diligence and manage your risk. Right, that's it for me today. Let's finish. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. Amen. Hope everyone has an awesome and a blessed day. Bye.